to Fearlessly Beautiful. It's Faith on Friday. Hey. So today we're going to just talk about jobs. In the last one, we were talking about, we were talking about college and graduating from college. So I just kind of want to give some tips about preparing for the work field, the work environment, and also how to trust God in the midst of whether you're working, not working. I've been in both situations. So just how to trust God in it. So first I want to share a few tips about cover letters. So if you are working on a cover letter, you want to do it specific for that particular company. You can have kind of a generic cover letter, but you want to include like the company name, something that you like about that company that you have researched, and a few more other things about that particular company. With resumes, you can kind of use those for multiple jobs, but with cover letters, you want it to be specific for that company. So even though it may look similar, you don't want to use like the same exact cover letter for each job that you apply for. And each job may not require a cover letter. So if it doesn't require a cover letter and you want to stand out, you can submit it. If they say like it's optional, you can submit it and that'll help you to stand out. But there are other jobs that do require a cover letter and a resume. And with your resume, you want to have it up to date. You don't need all 25 jobs that you worked on your resume. You want like the most relevant to that position. So I have a couple different resumes now, and depending on the position that I'm applying for, I use different resumes. So if it's more about like teaching or something, I'll talk about the jobs that I've had where I work with students. But if it's more about like marketing or business, I list more of my marketing related employment, because they're not really reading, all of your 25 jobs. And also the way that resumes read, they look for certain keywords and they, read through to see if you have like certain qualities. And the formatting of your resume, there's so many different resume styles because there's certain ones for certain career paths. So you just have to find like the right resume for your field, because even like in media, like in marketing, well not marketing, but in I think in some of my marketing classes when I was in college, some of our resumes that we created had to include like a video or like some type of something that we had produced to show like some of our work. Like they would ask for like a sample of your work when you were applying for the job, depending on the position. So if it was like a social media thing or if it was marketing. So it just depends on what you're applying for. Another key point, I would say, make sure that you do your research before you apply, because companies like for you to know a little bit about them. So don't just allow them to ask questions, but you ask questions as well at the end. Like even if it's something that you saw on their website that you like, bring that up and tell them. That shows them that you are really, interested in the company and you did your research. Also, preparing for the interview, make sure that you practice a couple of times. Make sure that you're dressing like appropriately for that particular interview. So depending on like what the job is, whether it's business casual, you need to dress business casual, or if it's a more laid back position, you still kind of want to dress business casual, even if the company says that this is a laid back position. Your first impression is everything. So you want to make sure that your first impression, they see you, dressed nicely. Your hair is done, nails done, makeup. Well, not necessarily makeup, but a little bit. And so, yeah, that's just a few tips about not working, but preparing for work, and how to prepare for work. And also, when you get the job, just making sure that you're carrying yourself accordingly. Other tips that I would give is pray and, just let the Lord lead you. You can have jobs sometimes. I'm not saying you have to pray about every single job, but just seek the Lord and He'll lead you to the right job for that time, or because there's different seasons, and so just praying and asking God. And then there's different elevations and different things, and so just making sure that you're seeking God, I guess, concerning your career as well. Cause the job that I had was not what I went to school for. So none of them actually. But so that's why I said allow God to lead you. And the great thing about God is, even if okay, so for example, I graduated with an integrated marketing integrated marketing degree. But even though the jobs that I was blessed with were not in my field, it was what I guess God had designed for me. So I had favor to be able to still get the job, even though I wasn't necessarily qualified for the job, if that makes sense. So that's why I was saying it's important to seek God before you go to school, and knowing what you're supposed to go to school for, or knowing the jobs. But God is so gracious and so good that He'll still open the door even if we ain't qualified. Oh, that's a word right there, y'all. But yes, for real. And so just let Him lead you, and trust Him even when it may not make sense to you, and the Lord's leading you. I promise you, if the Lord is leading you to something and it do not make sense in the natural, He has already equipped you for it. And when you start stepping out and walking in it, you will see that you are already equipped to do it before He formed you. Before you even knew, He already equipped you. And so you'll just begin to do it, and it'll just flow, because that's what He called you to do. And so, yeah, just trust God in every area of your life, whether it's working, being in college, whether you're in transition. If you are looking for employment, don't be discouraged in that place, because I've been in that place as well. And it can be discouraging when you're doing application after application after application after application after application, and you're getting nope, and no. It can really be discouraging. So I would just say in those times, just kind of take your mind off of looking for a job and just begin to seek God and get into the Word, and use that time to really grow and develop your relationship with God. And as you begin to seek Him, then the doors are open, and He'll keep you in those times too. He will provide in those times. He is our Jireh, He is our provider. And so just trust Him even in those times, and just know that all your needs are supplied according to His riches and glory. So whether you have a job or not, whether you're getting unemployment or not, whether you're getting EBT or not, God gonna take care of His people as long as you trust Him. He already know that you're not employed for whatever amount of time that you're not employed, but that didn't stop Him from being God. There's no shortage in heaven. So just continue to trust Him and thank Him for it, and don't allow the enemy to make you doubt or just feel discouraged or get down and get depressed and oppressed and having anxiety and all of that. Just bind that up in Jesus' name, and just continue to thank God for the right divine open door for you for that time and that season and in your life, and just begin to praise and worship Him and pray So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, I will see you guys. Bye.